Welcome to astrobix.com Vedic Astrology webcast. In this webcast, we will talk about the various astrological combinations that indicate wealth and prosperity in a kundali. We will also talk about the effect of these yogas and the astrological remedies for wealth-related afflictions. Every person on this earth needs money for survival, since wealth fulfills the basic needs of a person and brings social security. Many combinations and yogas are considered in a janma kundali to judge how wealthy a person would be through Vedic astrology. The primary houses which are analyzed to judge a person's wealth are 2nd, 6th and 10th house. The 2nd house depicts self-generated wealth, 6th house indicates wealth and money through loans and finances, and the 10th house reflects wealth through employment and other sources. If the 2nd house is strong, money comes by inheritance and investments. If the 6th house is strong, money comes as interests in transactions like lending and financing. If the 8th house is strong, all the wealth comes through partnership businesses or marriage. If the 10th house and the lord of the 10th house is strong, the native makes money through many different sources. The 2nd house represents the personal assets of a person. It is analyzed by checking the impact of the planets in the 2nd house and their aspects. The lord of the 2nd house and the sign of the cusp of the 2nd house are also judged. The 8th house represents the personal assets of a person accumulated through business partnerships or through marriage. To analyze the strength of this house, we check the planets placed in it, their strengths, and the aspects of the planets on it. The lord of the 8th house and its placement in the janma kundali is also important. The 11th house represents one's personal assets accumulated through business and work. Just like the other houses, the strength and the results of this house too are judged through the placement and aspects of the planets in it and the position of its lord. The presence of wealth can be analyzed by the placement of Venus and Jupiter along with the placement of Taurus and Sagittarius in the janma kundali. The lord of the ascendant and its relationship with the lord of the 2nd and the 8th houses should also be taken into consideration along with any planet in the 2nd or the 8th house. The placement of Saturn and Mars in the janma kundali is analyzed to determine the inclination of a native towards a particular field. These factors do not indicate wealth individually and are considered secondary factors for accumulation of wealth. The significators of wealth are Sun and Jupiter. So the basic rule is that both Jupiter and Sun should be well placed in the horoscope to be wealthy. Moon and Jupiter together form a wealthy yoga known as Gajkesari yoga, which makes the individual rich and wealthy if he has it. Moon and Venus in the 5th house also indicate that the individual will be wealthy. As per Vedic astrology, if Mars is in 4th, Sun is in 5th, or Jupiter is in the 11th or 5th, then earnings will be through ancestral properties, crops, or buildings. If Mars, Jupiter and Moon are in Cancer for a native of a Cancer Rashi, then he becomes very rich through his hard work and divine grace. If the quadrant or trinal houses are occupied by Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Mercury, or houses 3, 6, 11 are occupied by Sun, Rahu, Mars, Saturn, the native will become exceedingly rich during dashas of Rahu, Mercury, Saturn, or Venus. Jupiter in Cancer, Sagittarius or Pisces and position of 5th lord in the 10th house indicates that the person will become rich through his son or daughter. Venus with Mercury and Saturn in any house indicates that the person will earn a lot of wealth by business leadership. If benefic planets or the 10th lord is in Taurus or Libra and Venus or the lord of 7th house is in the 10th, then the native will become rich by marriage or through the wife's earning. Also, if Venus is in conjunction with the 2nd house lord in the ascendant and the 2nd house is strong, then the person will be very focused on building up huge personal assets. If Mercury is placed in the zodiac sign of Aries or Cancer, then it indicates that the person earns a lot of wealth during the Mercury Dasha. It has been found that Mercury with Jupiter and Venus in any house represents the earning through religious deeds, working as a Purohit, Pandit, astrologer, preacher, head of religious institutions, and so on. As per Indian astrology, Jupiter in the 10th or 11th and Sun or Mercury in the 4th or 5th or vice versa indicate that the native becomes rich by good administrative skills. It is believed that if the lord of 6th, 8th or 12th houses are placed with the 6th, 8th or 12th lords, the native earns a lot of money in a short span of time. The mutual exchange of houses of 2nd and 9th lords, except Saturn, will make a person rich. Those who are unable to generate wealth and money even after hard work can improve their chances by chanting the Lakshmi mantra, Om Shring Hring Shring Mahalakshmaya Namaha. Keeping Mahalakshmi Vrat or doing Mahalakshmi Puja, which begins on Bhadrapad Shukla Ashtami Tithi, 8th day after new moon in September, and ends on Ashwin Krishna Ashtami Tithi, 8th day after full moon in September, is also very helpful. Here are some remedies according to the Lal Kitab. Distributing potatoes, curd and butter in charity removes the ill effects of the second house, which is the house of wealth. Distributing jaggery and wheat to children in the noon time removes malefic effects of the second house. Distributing milk and rice in temples improves Mercury's effect on the house of wealth. Thank you for watching this webcast. Visit astrobix.com for more free Vedic astrology content. You can also check your financial prospects by getting your yearly financial report from astrobix.com.